Hello, 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 all you wonderful, beautiful people. We are in Scottsburg.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold. Oh my gosh. Just a few days ago, we were running around without jackets and light shirts and light pants, and it's like 30, 32 maybe.
But not the good 32. It's the shitty 32. There's no snow.
It's just cold and no sunshine. I mean, 32 is nice when it has snow and sunshine, or at least sunshine. But there's no snow, no sunshine. So we decided to head out of town, go someplace different. So we're at Goodwill. Have you ever been to this Goodwill before?
I don't think so. Either they weren't in this building or I never have been here before, because this is a town where either you work in a factory or you're going there because you're going someplace bigger. And that's how to get there.
You kind of go through Scottsburg when you're on your way.
It's not a destination.
To Louisville. Yeah, like we came here once to go to a restaurant, didn't we? Mexican.
It was like for something with people. It wasn't like, but we didn't pick that. We have Mexican in
that's
town.
Because we didn't have Mi Viejos
so
in town. So we are going to go in and let's see if we can find some treasure. We might buy some coats.
I have coats. I just didn't bring them with me because it's supposed to be fall.
I know. It's like I packed my heavy coat already too. I told you, my coat is right back here in this tupper of stuff I'm taking back to St. Louis with me. And so I was like, I don't have a coat. So we will see you in the blink of an eye.
Okay, it's Ramanda. I'm doing another voiceover because I wasn't here for the first one. So we're going to call this the We Agree to Disagree take. We talked about if we were going to start with purses, and this is me telling Mom, I honestly don't know what leather feels like. So she was like, it feels like this. And I was like, okay, but none of the other purses were that remarkable. So it was a little bit crowded on that aisle. We had to go through furniture. Lots of cute little projects that would be good for flipping, but nothing that we want to be storing in the middle of moving. And then we hung out with the lamps, mostly for me. I'm still looking for shades to match my Ivy lamps that Mom got me. There were not a whole lot of options for lampshades that match. There were only those like reddish ones, so that was kind of blah. And we did look for anything that was like smaller or cute or handy. This is the electronics section. I have mixed feelings about electronics at Goodwill because they're not as good as like a St. Vincent about testing everything. But yeah, there's lots of kitchen gadgets and electronic stuff. We don't really mess with a whole bunch of electronic stuff with the shop just because it's there for people to thrift for themselves. So, and that was it. So it wasn't even a whole aisle. I don't think anything was thoroughly impressive this trip. I don't know why we're filming the sports section, because that's literally the whole sports section, and we did not go through the golf clubs. So this is us talking about printers, and I was like, even if it works, it could, work for 5 minutes when you get home, and that's it. So 2 out of 5 for trust about gadgets for me. There was an old sewing machine down there, but we didn't open it up. I'm already done. This is me heading over to the next aisle. There's a nice little aisle of frames. We all know how I feel about never buying frames full price and always thrifting them. So that was nice to see, but we don't really do frames because those are kind of utilitarian. Here we are at the first end cap. And this is Mom shooting this by herself. I'm already in the next aisle because I'm bored out of my gourd at this point. Just not a promising beginning. So she's looking for anything ceramic or anything that looks hand-painted. Unfortunately for us, cottagecore is very trendy right now. So there's a lot of new items that get made to look like older items. she's hanging out with, I don't know if that's a toothbrush holder or a candlestick full of fish. But,
Whoa.
yeah. And then
Fish
she
bowl.
checked out that little serving bowl. This whole aisle was just stuff, just wall decor. And lots of stuff with words on it. I have no idea what's going on in the world of decor because I'm not a trendy person. I'm a thrifty person. But there was all kinds of signs with words on it and letters and who knows what. So nothing screamed out at me. I'm usually a lot more hands-on, looking at stuff, trying to see if there's an original sticker or a maker's mark or whatever. But yeah, this was the aisle of stuff that goes on your wall. So perfect if you're, moving or helping somebody redecorate and you want to be thrifty. The other side was flowers and baskets and such, which I saw a couple of ladies who looked very pleased with themselves with their decorations stuff that they got here, but nothing that we wanted to bring you. Mom went over to check out the toys. It wasn't a big enough aisle for me to go with her. There's just these 3 bins right here, so she's checking for Squishimals or anything collectible. I don't know what Linnies are, but I think they're knockoff Squishimals because they look like that shape, but they weren't brand, so we didn't necessarily want to mess with those. And then Mom made me turn around to look at this glitter llama. I don't know, Christmas llama? I can't really tell you exactly what it is. We both skipped the plastic toys, which is interesting. I don't know if I have a story, but I just feel like once a plastic toy makes it to Goodwill, it's kind of already missing parts or broken or something. There's a reason it's there. Mom's checking out what looks like a goblin. No idea what that is. I'm not here. This is Mom filming. I am in the next aisle. We love a good wall of bags. This one was full of Christmas decor and Christmas cards and crafting stuff that I'm trying to avoid because I don't want to add clutter when we're getting ready to move. I'm over here in hard goods checking out the vases. I did see that one that appears to be hobnail on the outside, but it was smooth on the inside and it was like clear or like off-white, so I know that those don't typically do well. Nice shot of Mom's fingers for some reason. She was interested in this vase. She had me check under the sticker for the pontil, which is the belly button that shows you that it has been hand blown. So we kept that because it was interesting. The other side of this aisle was a lot of obnoxious seasonal decor, mostly Christmas stuff. I told Mom to get a shot of that nice Santa. Not that he's vintage or anything like that, but I was like, that's a nice Santa. Some of them are creepy. Some of the dolls are like not proportionally correct. So he's cute, but not for us, for the shop. So I think Mom's looking through the plates to see if anything is hand painted or collectible or anything like that. I was over it, so I don't think I'm in the aisle at this point. I did not start with a bad attitude, guys, I promise. Like, I started wanting to look for stuff, but as soon as we realized how small this location was, it was kind of like, okay, not a lot of chances to hit the jackpot. So, lots of cute, cheap Christmas stuff, honestly. If you have a potluck or a thing to go to, thrift you a nice Christmas plate, and then you don't have to worry about leaving it behind, I guess. But nothing that we wanted. So then there's little toys in the next wall of bags. I have no idea what she's looking at. I really can't tell what's in there. Crafting stuff, but once again, trying to avoid clutter. So unless we saw something amazing in there that we know y'all would be interested in, I don't think we would ever end up with one of the baggies for the shop. So the next aisle after that turned out to be plastic on one side. I really just glanced over it really quickly because there's not a lot of chances unless it's by some miracle vintage Tupperware that hasn't been washed until it melted. I was over here in the glassware looking for anything interesting there. Mom's hanging out with the mugs. That's a fun thrifted gift idea for the holidays. There's all these really kooky individualized mugs. You could probably find one to fit somebody's personality. Mom's looking for her coffee ones. I discouraged her from getting this because that's a lot of green, and our kitchen is not green. But if it was for somebody else, you could find a mug that fits their personality and pop a couple candy bars and things of hot cocoa in there, and that's a really great office gift. So, yeah, hashtag thrifted life. I think she's telling me about the llama one because I have a really good friend who loves llamas, and that's what we're talking about there. I did not bring my money for other people on this trip because we're supposed to be shopping for the store. We did see the tea set down at the bottom. If you're looking at this and trying to tell us stuff that we missed, we actually ignored that. It was only one tea set, and that would just be an absolute goober to try to ship to somebody and be worried about all the pieces being okay. Mom, once again, being relentless with the plates. Go Mom, because at this point I was just like, bleh. I did see, she keeps showing all this Coca-Cola stuff that I kept saying no to because that's a whole other universe. I don't know anything about Coca-Cola merch, and I don't feel ready to branch out right now. But I was looking for a Hall plate. There's our vase. That's the only thing in the cart. There was a tart plate that was the right color and kind of the right feel. It was stoneware-ish, but it did not have the stamp or a sticker or anything, and it was kind of had like weird edges, so no Hall plates for me today. Mom's over here in the, I don't know, what do we call this, knickknacks, bric-a-brac, decor. She's looking for hand-painted stuff. She's looking for probably Boyds and Bears. She asked me about that box, and I was like, that's smaller than the box I have now for my essential oils. I'm trying to get a bigger box. So, I don't know. I might just end up with a treasure chest of essential oils eventually. So, nothing jumping out at me. We both kind of have the eye. She's studied stuff more than I have, but I've been dragged around with grandma more than she has. So, I tend to spot stuff quickly, and just nothing was speaking to me. We thought about this soap dish until I pointed out that the paint was flaking off. So, those flower vases up there might be on the list of things that we missed looking at, but they just look so intact. It's hard for me to think that they're old. I love that windmill soap dish. That was my vote for the soap dish, but Mom said no. It would actually go with my kitchen now that I'm thinking about it afterwards. So there was some cute stuff. This looks like a pudding goblet, but it's definitely been mistreated. The gold is worn off the edges, so it looks like it's been through a dishwasher, unfortunately. Mom's going to get down here and continue to look for plates. I think these actually say don't eat or something, like not for food, and I'm like, why are you a plate then? That's not very Alton Brown. I don't, now, if it was a vintage hand-painted plate, then I would understand, I have some of those, that I want up on the wall, but just a regular old plate with, I'm assuming, wax fruit on it. I don't know why. So, yeah, just Mom trying to check every nook and every cranny because you don't know where treasure's going to be. Here she goes with this Coca-Cola crap again. I don't know. If anybody else does Coca-Cola, feel free to drive up to Scottsburg Goodwill because that's what they have. But there wasn't a full set, and I didn't want to sit there and research for however long it takes to figure out what's what. So, lots of decor. Mom's hanging out with the creepy dolls. That's not a me thing. Those were cute. Those little planters were cute. I just don't like porcelain dolls. It's I think it's called Hidden Valley Syndrome or something, where like something that looks like a human, but it's not a human and it freaks you out. I have a really strong sense of that because my best friend had a cabinet of dolls growing up and I would just not sleep in her room. Really cute little cow. I think he's in a snowball, you guys. Mom seemed to think he was in soap suds, and I was like, why does he have a hat on if he's in soap suds? But whatever. Christmas mugs, Christmas Coca-Cola glasses. Those goblets look familiar. I think that's the set that Mom actually has packed away, and I haven't seen them in years, so that rests my case about having stuff specifically for Christmas. But yeah, you know, if you were decorating for an event or putting on an office thing, thrifting is the way to go. And we're upside down. Great shot of Mom's sweater. Very nice. There we go. Okay, we're going around the corner. I think this is the last aisle is what is coming up next, which that is actually how small this Goodwill was. We weren't expecting that. So this is looks like a decorational ceremonial pipe, not an actual pipe, but it was giving very 1980s cultural appropriation BS. So we decided not to mess with that. Looking for hand painted. Her and the fruit stuff. I don't know what it is or what brand it is, but she's always looking at fruit stuff to see if it was hand painted. So she's checking these pictures. That one looks like it could be pottery until you turn it over and realize that it's fake. And there's our lonely cart. Oh, we're upside down again. Good job, Mom. Lonely cart with just one item. Upside down bric-a-brac. There's my blue and white soap holder that I wanted. I don't know how we made it back. Did you go back to the bric-a-brac aisle? I don't know what's happening. Maybe this was when I went to the bathroom, because I have no idea how we made it back here again. She asked me about this box, and it's definitely smaller than the one I have now. I'm actually looking for a bigger box for my essential oils. So yeah, little lighthouse. I guess you could take some of these like bric-a-brac things if you were doing like a terrarium or a fish tank or some kind of project. I'm just not a bric-a-brac person, personally. Like, I like rocks and natural stuff. So, anywho, I don't know if the 4th of July stuff is Boyd's Bears. Maybe somebody else has sharper eyes than me. Could tell me if we needed to go back for that. We will not be driving that 45 minutes again just for that store. It didn't pan out. Giant cookie jar to look like a chicken, in case anybody's still doing, or maybe you know somebody, maybe your gran has a chicken in Rooster's Kitchen. I'm not into that, but cool that's still happening in the world, I guess. And close-up of a plate for some reason. Yeah, I'm definitely in the bathroom at this point. Mom is just going ham on this aisle. That was actually a nice, that's not Christmas-y, but to me that's like a nicer Christmas-y. I would pretend that was a Christmas plate and just give people the cookies and the plate and be like, don't worry about it, I thrifted it. So, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't tell them that, but there are a lot of cookie plates that I have not gotten back over the years, so that's my signature move right there. More Coca-Cola stuff, but it's not even a full set. It's just like one plate and one bowl. So, that didn't seem like the move. Wow, super upside down. Look away if you have vertigo. That was, woo. Yeah. Okay. So we're back to, here's some more 4th of July bears. Mom had to put them together because they were bothering her. So we do have some things in common that bother us. We actually had a customer looking for a cow figurine from my store when I was presenting agate figurines. So Mom was joking about the little cow. mugs. I'm not a person, like, I love Christmas. I don't want you to feel like I'm, like, grinching through this whole thing, but I don't like mugs that are just for Christmas. I don't like something that's, oh, we only use this for Christmas as an everyday item. So, we obviously didn't see, like, a full set or anything, worth gangalizing. So, we've got some serving trays. We've got a giant pear as a soap dispenser for some reason. This napkin holder has a painted cow on it, so Mom made sure to ask if I wanted that for the person who was asking for a cow, and I was like, I don't think that's what they had in mind. I don't think so. So, we're wandering back around the corner. I think we're skipping the, like, hair care and baby stuff that was in the middle, so this is the last decorational aisle. Mom and I both looked at this box because it is metal and it looks hand-painted, but we were looking for a maker's mark to see if it was vintage, and there wasn't anything. It is a cute little recipe box, but there wasn't anything to say, hey, gangleize it. So, this is the metal aisle? Question mark? Like, I was there in person. I'm back from the bathroom at this point, but I didn't quite understand them grouping the things by material versus use, so that was different for a Goodwill. On to just regular kitchen stuff, just flatware and things. And at this point, you can see me and Mom, like, desperately panning the shelves for, like, anything cool. Anything. A Foreman grill, a pancake griddle,
okay,
something.
well,
but it just wasn't
that was
meant to be
interesting.
at this location.
This Goodwill is smaller than
yeah, I
our
think
Goodwill.
it is smaller than our Goodwill. There wasn't as much variety of stuff. Yeah. And it's very nice and clean, and, you know, they're
Goodwill.
organizing stuff.
Their prices were more like what I expected Goodwill.
Yeah, the prices were Goodwill prices. It
Like,
wasn't like $3 for a mug or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
it was like 99 cents to $1.99.
But it was also like no treasures. It
Yeah.
was more, I saw a bunch of like older ladies getting like cheap Christmas decorations basically. Or people like actually shopping for clothes for themselves. I didn't see any other resellers in there.
And I could see why.
I need a consolation snack. This is a long dry spell for us.
Yeah. And a long walk for you.
It was a long walk for me. I'm done walking.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we still have to go get groceries. And in fact, in the video you saw, I put one thing in the cart, and it was a hand-blown vase, and it was only $3.99. It didn't have a signature. It was going to take some work. I was going to have to use some effort in. I was going to have to scrub out the inside.
It was interesting.
It was a very
nice goldenrod-ish, brownish, burnt sienna-ish, kind of like this. Did you show it
in a nice
video?
shape?
Is
Yeah,
it
I
in
think.
the footage? Okay.
Yeah, I think when I put it in
It's
the
a nice
cart.
shape, but that was the only thing for the shop, and then there was like two little dinky things where we were like, oh, we could use this at the house. And then we got to the end and I was like,
But is it really worth it?
Is it worth standing in line to pay
stand-
the $2 for the things for us and the $3 for the things for you guys? And we were like, let's take our $5 and go.
Yeah.
We might be ordering like a reseller box and just do a haul of that so that we know at least it's good stuff that people want. Because
We'll do an unboxing, and then we'll do a quote-unquote haul after I look up all the comps. And a friend of mine that I follow on YouTube is a reseller, and I think his auction is tonight.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe next year for vacation we'll go to New Jersey and go to that giant Bella's, Betty's. I saw it online and it's like the jungle gyms of antique stores.
But if you want giant, there's one in Ohio. There's a great big huge one in Ohio.
I just want to find treasure!
Exactly. I'm like,
I'm upset!
I'm already having Goodwill bins withdrawal.
I'm upset!
So I might have to take care of that.
Cedric is upset!
We love y'all. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. We enjoy reading your comments. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Don't forget to hydrate. Yeah, this, I don't think this one will make it in the blooper run like the other one.
I could tell a butt joke if you want me to. We could put it in the blooper reel.
But as always, remember, you're blessed to be a blessing. So go out and make today a great day.